Welcome to Monday. It's March 27th, 2022, your Day Weather Podcast, being brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com. Also being brought to you by WIDA. When there's ice and snow, take it slow. Well, we're going to remain quite cold here to start the week, and everyone's going, where is spring? Good question. Spring is not going to show itself anytime soon. There's going to be some areas of snow in southeastern Wyoming, parts of western Nebraska, and northern Colorado today, and northeastern Wyoming along Interstate 90. Basically, two more fragments of the weekend storm will be drifting through those two areas. So, a little bit of snow. Unseasonably cold temperatures will persist, even though there's a break in the snow Tuesday and Wednesday, and Tuesday and Wednesday temperatures are actually going to bounce up a bit. It won't be as cold, but they're still going to be colder than average. Then, snow returns to areas west of the Divide and into the mountain areas on Thursday. Another California storm crashes the party. Then this system will jump over the Divide overnight Thursday into Friday. So some snow may fall east of the mountains in parts of Nebraska, Wyoming, parts of South Dakota as we get into Thursday night, Friday. A lot of question marks with the system, a lot of disagreement in the modelings. But basically, it's the same situation we've been in. West Coast storms come in. West of the Divide Mountains get snow. We just have to see what happens east of the Divide. And the pattern remains quite cold in the next week. In fact, towards the middle of next week, another large West Coast system is likely going to come into the region again. So we're going to go right through the last days of March into early April with no change. It's the same weather pattern that we've been in. Satellite imagery today shows the two areas of snow in our region. There's a little piece of upper level energy, part of the California storm units that came in pieces, that'll be drifting through northern Colorado today. So a small area of western Nebraska, southeastern Wyoming, northeastern Colorado right here, gonna see some snow. Also, the system, the remnants of the system that brought snow to southern Montana and northern Wyoming over the weekend is still drifting through and will cause some snow showers and flurries up there. Then this swirl of clouds off the coast of British Columbia, well, that's the system that's going to come in mid to late in the week. Couple of things, photos to show you. Matt Edwards took this shot Friday afternoon as the storm was rolling in. So this is a shot right on the top of the Bighorns looking at the snow squalls and the snow showers building. Very wintry weather across northern Wyoming, parts of central Wyoming and southern Montana over the weekend with that storm system and a lot more snow in the high country. Then here's something you don't see very often. Phil sent this from the Poposia River. You're wondering, are those frozen lily pads? No, those are called ice pancakes. And you'll sometimes get these in oceans, you get these on lakes, and you'll get these on rivers if conditions are just right. And basically, when you get agitated water, in this case, agitated water in Wyoming, you can probably guess that's going to be from some windy conditions. But you get these little areas of ice, agitated water to form, and then these pieces of ice form on the water, then they bump into each other, rounding their edges, and then you end up with ice pancakes. So what's for breakfast? Ice pancakes. So as we take a look at what's coming, this is where we are today. The small low over southern Wyoming and northern Colorado. The deep low, again, another one off the coast of British Columbia. And a cold trough of low pressure sinking into the western United States, allowing the cold air to settle on in. This is what the precipitation forecast looks through tomorrow. So there's this area of snow that'll break out today and then up here as well. Then the next system approaches the Pacific Northwest coast. And this is where the snow is going to be falling with that system today. So no one's going to get a lot of snow, but a little bit. Then as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening, there's a little bit of high pressure right here. So this is the break in the weather Tuesday and Wednesday that happens with temperatures somewhat warmer, but not a lot, and more rain and stormy weather headed towards the west coast again. And temperatures today and tomorrow, these are the temperature anomalies for Tuesday. Look at the cold up here in the northern plains and the Dakotas, but the entire west, even with some moderation in temperatures, is still going to be colder than average. That is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. So the warmest day is going to be Wednesday, out ahead of that low pressure system, but you can still see pockets of purple and blue and green out there. Now, as we get into Thursday morning, The trough moves in. This should look familiar. This is basically what's been happening. The storm reaches its fullest potential as it hits California. Then what's left will head out east, and we just have to see whether or not it holds together or not as a trough that is weakened and coming in pieces, which has been the trend lately, or maybe comes over the divide a bit more organized. Nonetheless, late Thursday into Thursday night and into Friday is the next precipitation chance for the west, the mountains, and possibly the plains as well. And here's your 10-day temperature forecast anomaly. Looks like the same pattern. The cold holds in Canada and the far west and northern plains, while the southern and southeastern United States continue to be warm. This contrast is going to be producing more severe weather across the southern plains at times this week because of the cold air coming in with all this warm air that's coming up out of the Gulf. So you're going to be hearing more about severe weather in the southern plains and the southeast and unseasonably cold weather out west here for another 7 to 10 days. I do think that maybe around or after April 10th, we might see some warmer weather, but until then, folks, it's going to be a battle. This is the temperature anomaly so far for the month of March, and it will continue to exacerbate itself as ending up as being, in this area right here, one of the coldest Marches in a long, long time when it's all said and done. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.